you better prepare your nips, because it's about to get real chilly in here, and I'm going to be walking around with a hammer, hammering some nips today. And on top of that, we've got to get our hero flowing in here in combination with our, believe it or not, one single ice tower that has helped us survive through round 16 as a permafrosting larger radius ice tower. What? What's going on here, Chris? All right, well, today, my friends, we are, of course, going to be playing Chimps for you guys. In combination of playing with Chimps, we're going to be playing with Chimps and only ice towers today. But that brings up a really interesting choice here, Chris. You're going to be using a hero. Yes. So with all of our Chimps games, we've been using heroes whenever we feel like we absolutely need it. And one of the biggest issues with the ice tower is that they do not actually have very good bad popping power. The only thing that can actually officially attack the bad is the Icicle Impale, and he doesn't slow it down, and he actually doesn't do that much damage to it overall because he doesn't slow it down. So you're looking at like maybe 5,000 total damage out of the Icicle Impale, and that means we need to figure out who as a hero can give us the other 20,000 damage to that bad just to pop it, just to be able to pop DDTs and Zelma Gods inside. So I know that we're thinking all the way to around 100, but when you know the weakness of a tower, you can sort of plan ahead for it, I suppose. You can think about what can I do to make sure that that weakness is not going to make me waste 45 minutes of my time, and you can plan it out. So I did a couple sandbox tests. And my first choice was to pick Gwendolyn as my hero. She could not do enough bad damage. She was really good against everything else. It was fantastic. I was so excited to use her, and then the bad just did nothing. So then I moved on, and I was like, all right, well, who else can we use? I mean, like, we could try to use Sada, but my problem is my ice towers kind of take up the places of where Sada would normally go. And I don't know how I feel about that, but it felt just a little bit wrong, I suppose. So then I was thinking, all right, well, there's only really one other option here. Captain Church? No. I was thinking maybe Quincy could be the guy that we want to go for. Quincy's a really, really good hero, and then I used him, and I tested him on round 100, and believe it or not, the bad does pop, but it pops, like, right here. And I didn't have enough time to pop the rest of the balloons, even with some extra ice tower action over here. Or if I did, it was like unbelievably close, where I was just like so afraid that if I would play for, 40 minutes just to waste my time on that stupid play, that would be silly. So here we are. We've got Captain Churchill, and I've got to see if Captain Churchill is going to be the answer to all of my problems. The weird thing about my current tower loadout here is that this guy cannot pop whites, this guy cannot pop blacks, so when you combine them together, we cannot pop zebras whatsoever. So I have to wait until we get this machine gun to be able to pop zebras at all. So if any zebras come out, guess what, guys? We got to make sure we get this machine gun. So I have to buy it. $1,700 to get this machine gun going. That means I've spent a lot of money on my hero, which I don't normally like to do. In this situation, it was an absolute necessity. There's no way that I could pop zebras just magically with any of these guys over here. I could maybe get lucky with ice shards, like popping some of the original balloons here, but it just does not look like it was going to work out at all. So here we are. We're stuck with, actually, a not bad loadout. Captain Churchill by himself is a very, very powerful hero. I feel almost a little bit bad about using him, but ice towers have allowed me the amount of money necessary to get him fairly early on in the game here, and I'm going to use him to my full advantage. That being said, we still have to talk about our ice towers. I want to get 3 ice towers. I want to get a Super Brittle, I want to get an Absolute Zero, I want to get an Icicle Impale. And believe it or not, I don't think there's that much positioning going on here. I just want to put them down all in the middle. This central little location here. Wonderful. Now, on top of round 100, the other major weakness to ice towers is, of course, they cannot attack Moabs until you get a full-on Icicle Impale. Okay, well that kind of sucks, right? Yes, it does. It basically means that we have to have a hero that's going to be able to solo pretty much every single one of the Moabs here as well until we can get an Icicle Impale. That kind of sucks. So that kind of wrote off a lot of the other heroes that I normally would use. The only hero that I still think that might be possible is, unbelievably, Geraldo. So if we, for some reason, fail with Captain Churchill, it's going to be a Geraldo play. Like, guaranteed. It's just kind of gotta be. We'll see if it comes down to that. Hopefully it doesn't. Geraldo is really OP, though. It's kind of like you can solo... we used to be able to solo Chimps with Geraldo, and I think we might still be able to solo Chimps with Geraldo if we do it on a single map. But, of course, we need lead popping power, which ice towers do have. Pretty readily available. Snap freeze, man. Pop that puppy down, you good. All right, so here we go. We're going to go for this refreeze. We're going to go for the cryo cannon here, but then I'm going to hold off for a little while because Oh, no, I take that back. I want to get my icicles, and then I'm going to hold off for a little while because I want the icicles to maybe be able to pop Moabs that are next to Bloons as well. So besides round 40, obviously round 40 is just the Moab, but around 50 plus, you get a lot of Moabs with Bloons coming out. And maybe those sharp icicles will randomly explode into the Moab and kill it, right? So Churchill does not need to be our solo Moab popper. We can actually use some advantages of our ice towers here. I know that this is really intricate, and we're talking a lot of details right now, but that's the way that ice towers have to be played. They have to be a fairly intricate tower here, because they have a lot of weaknesses. They don't truly have cam detection automatically. We have to buy it with every single tower. That means that takes away some of our popping power with Enhanced Freeze, which is a faster shooting ice tower here. And then on top of that, we can't pop Zebras, and we can't pop Moabs. So, like, all of those things combined together equates to a very, very hard Chimps run. So we needed a good hero, and I'm using him to my full advantage. All right, so let's test out this Moab here. It's still going relatively okay. Relatively okay. 39 gets popped. Around 40, I've got $4,000 if I need to spend it, but I really can't do anything with it. So we're going to see how much damage this guy's going to do. Right now, it's pretty slow. He's got a lot of time to pop it, though. This guy's not doing anything, of course. The good news is you know what? I'm going to use my ability here. So we do any extra damage here. It doesn't look like it's doing almost anything. And we do pop the Moab. It actually split these guys up a little bit. We got to really, really rely on the icicles here to do most of the damage. And we do take it down. Unbelievable. Very close with Bloons getting to the very end there, but this Moab does get popped. That was the hardest Moab for us to pop, because now I can either save up for a $32,000 tower, absolutely insane, or I do have one backup plan here. I can go for a middle path ice tower up to 4th tier here, a snowstorm, and that will at the very least give my hero more time to pop things. That's a secondary way that I could play this. I'm not super duper pumped for that, but it's a possibility. One other thing that I could magically pull off, and I hope that this doesn't come down to it because I'm relying on my icicles here to do this, is that we could also try to use ice shards or embrittlement to the exact same thing. And I don't know if that's going to be the way that I want to do it, but oh gosh darn it, man, we're going to have to see how it goes. It's all getting kind of wild over here. So believe it or not, 43 to 49, not too afraid. I think we got the balloon popping power here. I'll let you guys know if anything goes wrong, but otherwise we'll see you guys in a little bit. So as expected, the 40s were fairly easy. Ice towers are good against balloons. There's a lot of balloons coming out, so no major weaknesses there. If Zebras do end up coming in here, we've got our ability, so I can use that. In fact, I probably should have not bought this at all and used his ability in round, what, 26 was it? Yeah, so feel a little bad about that, but it's okay. You know, we got through it. We're still alive. And we're going to use our ability here this time around, and we are very much powerful enough to take down this puppy. I'm back on first for a quick second, so I had him on last for a little while here. And we got a second Moab coming out, though. This could be actually a more problematic Moab for us. Let's see how this is going to go down. We will have our ability back. If I don't have to use it, I don't have to use it. It looks like I do not have to use it. Churchill is rocking these balloons, and we have $25,000 saved up out of our necessary $32,000 here. Going very good. And we're going to switch this guy back to last, because the machine gun's kind of like its own little thing. It pops whatever it wants to pop. But this guy, you can attack with his main tank cannon here in whichever way you want to. So we're going to put him on last here. It's going to shoot a little bit more down straight lines. Not perfect, of course, but decent enough. Taking down 2 Moabs here. We've got $4,000 left to go to get my Icicle Impale, but we've got 3 of the toughest Moab levels coming all in a row, 52, 53, and 54. Very difficult Moab levels for us. Don't know how this is going to go down, but I'm assuming that we should be able to handle these puppies. Assuming. All right, Ice Shard's actually working out really, really well. When you combine Bloons and Moabs together, we actually have more Moab popping power. As weird as that is, it just works out. Here we go, another Moab coming out here, but this time around we take him down with ease, and 54 goes down easily. 55 here, shouldn't be too bad, and we get the Icicle Impale, baby. Woo! All right, so all of those weird little, like, things that I had planned for maybe if something goes wrong, we'll have to do this and have to do that. None of that even came into fruition, man. We don't even have to do it at all, which is wonderful. And we have, I don't want to call it infinite, but man, oh man, seemingly infinite Moab popping power here. And believe it or not, all the way through round 75, I do not see any major issues coming up in here. So until I buy something, I'll see you guys later. A damp, brisk wind flows in through the doorway. Your hairs on your arm stick up on end. And you're wondering to yourself, why? why is it so cold in here? And you realize it's really just your heart. Your heart is cold because you have not pressed the like button yet. Everybody else who pressed the like button is feeling warm and gooey on the inside and feels like nothing could ever go wrong in their life. But for the rest of you, maybe you'd like to change your ways. Maybe you'd realize that Super John Bombo is trying to guilt trip you into pressing the like button, and you don't want to get guilt tripped into anything, and you don't need to press the like button. And for that, I would say, I accept. I accept your fair evaluation of the situation. But for everybody else, we're going to say, oh crap, we need to exit out and restart this crap. Okay, so, what is going on right now? Well, I've got $36,000. That's the main thing here. I've got enough money for probably a super brittle. I think we got to just go for it, man. So we're going to go for this puppy right here. We're going to go super brittle. And then with this upgrade, we can go either enhanced freeze and larger radius. Or, excuse me, enhanced freeze or larger radius. Honestly, I think enhanced freeze is going to be better for us. Right, we've already got the cam detection. I don't really feel like that little tiny bit extra range is going to do anything, so we're going to go enhanced freeze and deep freeze. All right, there it is. That's what I want to do. And round 76, of course, completed. So I'll be sure with you guys. This is a very, very impressive setup for me. Icicle Impale, Captain Churchill combo, surprisingly awesome. Churchill does a lot of damage, obviously, and the Ice Tower just slows it all down in range of his damage, so it just makes things die. Bloons are still, like, mildly problematic, surprisingly, but we're about to resolve that issue here, because we are going to go for a middle path Ice Tower. Now, this guy's doing a pretty good amount of balloon damage, don't get me wrong. We're about to resolve that issue even further once we get to Super Ceramics and stuff, because I'm going to slow these guys down, make sure they're not going to sneak through my defense at all, and I think the best way to do that is with a middle path Ice Tower. So we're going to go for an Arctic Wind and a Snowstorm here, but then this is where it gets intriguing. I could go for the larger radius, which would be a better play against regular balloons, but against camo balloons, the Permafrost and other thing will be better. I truly don't know the correct answer here, but I think my best bet is probably still just to go the Permafrost and Cold Snap, because camo balloons scare the crap out of me, DDTs in particular. Even with an Icicle Impale, man, you never know what's going to happen here. It could even be the bad balloon DDTs that are near the end here, and randomly the balloons decide to sneak through. You just don't truly know. The other cool thing is I have some money to play around with, so believe it or not, after I get this absolute zero, I'm going to have money left over with all 3 5th-tier Ice Towers on the screen. So I could start making some plays with other Ice Towers. And realistically, the only other Ice Towers that I could think of to build are either... I could get anything. That's the crazy part about it. But I would think to get just another Snowstorm loadout and just kind of spam the ability. Slow the balloons down, keep everything on the screen kind of in place, let my towers do their job. You know, they're already popping balloons. Let's make sure they pop balloons even further. All right, so this is where it gets interesting, because I could start to use abilities like Captain Churchill's Oh My God Killer ability. It's not all powerful or anything like that, but it's going to do a pretty good, significant amount of damage. And believe it or not, that's one of the things that I'm relying on to pop the bad near the end of the game. This ability right here. So let's see how it goes against free play balloons now. Woo! This is getting spicy. All right, still got him on last year. He's only going to get stronger as time goes on, but realistically, one of the best things to spend our money on, probably to get Churchill levels. I don't know if I'm going to do that unless absolutely necessary, because I've been trying to do chimps runs where I just spend my money on Ice Towers rather than spending money on heroes to make the hero actually win the day. But at the same time, we've done everything we can do, basically, with these Ice Towers. Once I get this upgrade, got nothing else to spend it on, man. I don't really want to spam it too much, I don't think. But let's see how this is going to go. We'll use the ability again. I think every single round we're probably just going to use an ability just to use it. We're going to get it back pretty quick here. You know, one or the other, whatever. It's just going to make the rounds end a little quicker, basically. Kind of keep this this rolling in my life today. So, believe it or not, I want to tell you guys, this is like not even really a story, just like a quick lesson on life, I suppose. About not working too hard. So my wife has, I would always consider her almost like, maybe she doesn't even like these words, but an overachiever. She always like strives for greatness whenever possible. You know, it's like not always perfect or anything like that, but she really tries to do a good job on everything. She really tries to do a good job at work. Sometimes she gets lazy, don't get me wrong, everybody does, but she really wants to like do a good job at everything. And one of the things that she did was, she's been earning PTO, or paid time off. And what's cool about her paid time off is that she works at a pretty big hospital, so when she wants to use her paid time off, She just tells people, hey, I'm leaving this day. And everybody else kind of takes care of everything for her. Because she's an occupational therapist, she doesn't actually have to, like, call the parents or anything like that and let them know that they're, like, they don't have to come in that day. She feels kind of bad, though, for some of the kids and some of the parents, because when she cancels, they just don't get to see a therapist. And, like, sometimes they want to see a therapist. She works with special needs kids and all that stuff, so it's like missing a week isn't going to make or break their life or anything like that. It's not like a huge deal. But she is like their therapist for like the 3 months that she's supposed to be seeing them or whatnot before they have to like re-evaluated and all that stuff. But so she feels kind of bad taking days off, right? She doesn't want to make sure, she wants to make sure that nobody's going to be like missing out on their time off and things like that. I'm like, that's fair enough, you know? It is what it is. Here we go. Absolute zero, by the way. So all 3 fifth-tier ice towers are on the screen right now. Of course, we got this freeze in action going on, but we can also freeze even further and just use that to freeze anything that's not getting icicle impaled. Now, on top of that, of course, we got our abilities here to also help ourselves out, but it just leaves the balloons on the screen for so long that we are able to pop pretty much everything, and then when balloons get all over the place, we use Captain Churchill's other ability to kind of just clean them up, and it works out beautifully. Churchill level 13 right now. Machine gun, I would like that. I would like that a lot. I want my machine gun to be powerful, bro. So anyways, in March, she had a lot of paid time off, but she wasn't using a lot of it. So she decided that she was going to sell it back to the hospital, which I think is kind of a cool idea. Basically, if you're not taking enough days off, you can just sell it. You can kind of get an extra paycheck almost. She like sold 40 hours of her stuff, and she got the 40 hours back, which was pretty cool. I keep telling her that she needs to, like, if she's feeling burned out of work or whatever, or she's not happy, she needs to just like take a couple days off here and there. It's not that big of a deal. Like, nobody's gonna hate you for taking a day off here and there. If you like take every single Thursday off and you're Thursday patient, they're gonna be mad at you probably, or be upset, or want to ask for somebody else. But for the most part, okay, hold on, hold that thought. DDTs. Let's see how we're gonna do here with Icicle Impale. I assume it's an Icicle Impale Cold Snap, so we can pop lead and Camo Bloons, so it should not be a big deal. But I have been proven wrong before, and round 90 DDTs get owned. Alright, that's good for us. Round 93 DDTs will probably also get owned, but round 95 is a whole new monster. Alright? This monster could be unleashed hardcore in our faces and, you know, just slap us around a little bit. We just don't know what's going to happen. Alright? We gotta watch out for it. We gotta be careful. Have a plan prepared at the very least for if poop hits the fan. Balloons are already becoming kind of a decent-sized issue, so we're going to watch that carefully as well. But yeah. So anyways, she sold in March. She sold like 40 of her hours and got like an extra paycheck. She's like, I'd rather use the extra money than take days off. And I'm like, cool, that sounds good. And then for like 6 months, she was like, oh yeah, Chris, like, I want to take a day off here. I want to take a day off here. And I'm like, to take it off then. But for whatever reason, she still like has not wanted to take. Oh, I probably should have saved that for round 93. Dang. Okay, it's all right. It's all right. I think 93 is not going to be too bad, but for 95, I do not want to make that mistake because I might be able to use it at the beginning of round 94, but I don't want to use it at the end of round 94. Kind of preparing here. Actually, we're just about going to get it back in time anyways, if like things really did go bad. But we popped the DDTs, and the rest of round 93 is very easy. Just reinforced BFBs, no problem there. So anyways, I was just telling her, I'm like, you got to take some more days off. She's like, well, let me look at like how much PTO I even have. And of course, she looks at it and she's already maxed out on the PTO that she can have. So she's literally like, when you're maxed out, they just don't give you anymore. So I'm like, you're literally wasting money or wasting your time off either which way on doing this stuff. So luckily, she took today off. So we have today together to hang out and do things that we want to do. All right, we're going to use this ability. Oh, crap. I used both abilities. That could be okay. Round 95 does have a long lead-up time. Yeah, okay, I think we're going to be all right. Yeah. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. What is we're fine? Whew, as long as this thing is, like, more than halfway done, I'm going to feel safe here. If it was, like, over here and I used it at the very last second, like, that would have sucked. 41 grand left over, though. Okay, here we go. Round 95. Let's see how we're going to do here. This guy is on strong right now. Instead of first, we're going to go for Captain Churchill's ability here while everything's piled up all on top of each other. I do still have him on last rather than first. And it's going to go absolutely beautiful. Round 95 gets taken down with ease, man. I did not even have to use this absolute zero ability. Woo! All right, we're going to start using this puppy because this is going to start getting pretty wild. But it's weird because it stops the balloons from getting to where I want them to be. I guess it just gives me a little bit more time to react with everybody. A little more time to Icicle Impale, a little bit more time to chop things down with this guy, a little bit more time for everything. All right, round 96 going very, very well here. It's taking a long time to pop these guys, admittedly, because ice towers don't do that much damage. They just slow everything down, keeping on the screen. And you can just see, like, we are on sped up mode right now, and this is how slow these guys are. It's just almost absurd. We're going to use our first ability here. Just chop through them layers. Again, still have them on last, believe it or not, which is pretty sweet. And here we go, round 97. We're going to use this early on, just do a little bit of extra damage to these guys. Try to earn it back here before round 98 comes out, because that is the biggest Bloon level in the game. We have to be ready for this thing. I can't really do that much. I mean, realistically, I could build one low-level ice tower somewhere, Snowstorm, Brittleman, or Icicles, somewhere in the back here, try to save me from any Bloons sneaking through, or I could just save my money and say, you know what, if we really can't beat it with the ice towers, we'll buy more Churchill upgrades. And it looks like level 15 here. Actually, I missed, oh, I would really wished I had it right now. So this is going to take forever. I am just going to use it anyways, because I'm kind of lame. And I don't know, it makes me feel bad that I'm doing that, like, because, like, their best play to do is to not use anything, but at the same time, I do not want to lose to the stupid, I don't want to take forever. It's not about losing. I don't want to take forever here. And looks like we get it back pretty much in time anyways. That's beautiful. The crappy thing here is I actually want to hit the BFBs, but it looks like a lot of it's going to the Zone My Gods instead. So we're going to go for an early ability here while everything's lined up. We're going to start freezing things already. Once we get them even remotely in range here, start freezing them, use our ability again. We've got a lot of abilities to use here. And we're going to freeze this crap all over the place. And it looks like, honestly, I think that might be enough for us. It's going to be a little bit closer than I wanted to. We're going to freeze again. I would like to have this guy back before round 99 happens, though. All right. And it looks like that's all I think I'm going to need. Let's take it slow here. Watch it carefully and see if, man, Ice Towers going to rock Chimps mode. Woo! All right, round 99, folks. Round 99. All right, we're going to use our ability here just to use it. Bam. I'm not going to be using any of my other abilities here because I want to make sure I save that for round 100. We're going to see if round 100 will be deadly for us. This could be a death. That's the sad thing here. We got 1,118,000. Okay, fair enough. 119,000. We're only going to go up to... Oh my god. We only did like 2,000 damage with that thing. Holy crap, that's bad. We got to do like 26,000 damage to this guy. Uh-oh. Is Churchill going to fail us here? He most definitely could. This is not a guarantee for us. His popping power is a little bit on the low side here. Ice Tower's doing something. Don't forget about that, but it's not a whole bunch. I mean, we're doing like 50 damage per shot here. Churchill has second ability for both of these things. The ice thing doesn't do anything besides like 1 damage, but it does do 1 damage, so I guess we have to do it. All right, Churchill ability again. And dang. This is looking pretty horrific, my friends. Pretty horrific. All right. Still not dead! Oh, crap. Or we might get this ability one more time. We can definitely use this one more time, but then I have to try to save this thing until the DDTs and Zone My Gods pop out. Obviously. Churchill. I did not test Churchill here against the bad, which is possibly my mistake. I just assumed he was going to be good enough. All right. Let's use this guy. And at the last second... It's not enough. Oh, my god. All right. This is bad. So I tested out a lot of other heroes, and the only one that was for sure able to pop it but not kill it was Quincy. I thought that this ability was going to be able to be enough to pop the bad. Like, I usually don't have any issues with that, but I did not test him. So we get increased attack speed if we get this, though, 15 grand. We can spend 1 more. Armor piercing shells do even more damage, but that's all we've got under us. That's all we've got. So I don't think this is going to go the way we want it to, my friends. This could end up being another loss. Around 100 is sad, upsetting, terrible loss for us. But let's give it one more test with a slightly stronger Churchill this time. Maybe we'll get lucky here. Use our abilities as soon as we can. Boom, and boom, and boom. I don't think it has anything to do with this guy not really damaging him much, but I don't know. I got $20,000 left over, but again, what am I going to use? Nothing else does any damage to this guy. Churchill's doing a decent amount of damage, though. I think we've done at least like 12 or 13,000 damage so far. It looks more damage than last time, but is it? Still doesn't pop on that wraparound. All right. Let's do that extra one damage here with his little buddy. He's got 10,000 damage. That's it. 10,235 now. Whew. All right. Let's try to slow this down. Keep it slow. We need to keep in range of this Icicle Impale. If DDTs or anything sneaks through there without the Icicle Impale getting used, we lose for sure. And here we go. This is where it all comes down to. Can we get it going? All right, we're going to use that ability. Moving back to first instead of last. Uh-oh, I used everything up, though. I used everything up. This is an all-or-nothing kind of play. This is an all-or-nothing kind of play. All right. Churchill's ability is not going to be enough here. We're getting out of range with the Icicle Impale. And that is going to be our loss. I've got one other minor trick up my sleeve here. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to do what I want it to do, but it's something, man. It is something. We are going to try to use a few of these embrittlement ice towers here to see if we can do some extra damage to this bad right here. It's not a lot. 13 here, maybe 40 here, 40 there, but it's something. All right, it is definitely something. We have to use our abilities literally perfectly, and then even then, I'm not guaranteeing that this is going to go our way, but we have to give it a shot. We absolutely have to try. We're this close. Let's see what we can make happen, my friends. Let's speed this up a little bit because there's really not that much going on besides just using abilities here, but we're going to use every single ability we got. Use this one again and this one again. And it does look more damage, but I can't tell for sure. It's very difficult to tell. By the time it wraps all the way around and everything, it's gonna be tricky. And here we go, another ability going that way to try to freeze him a little bit. And we've got an extra 162, 153 out of this guy. We got an extra 13 out of him. I mean, that's not nothing, but you know, only a couple hundred here is not going to make a big difference. Now that ability was kind of bad, but all I really need to do is get it back before I need to use it again, because I cannot use it 3 times. I can only use it twice max. So this is where the bad's got to pop, my friends. This is where the bad's got to pop. All right, let's use his ability first. I want to try to pop it, freeze it, use his ability takedowns on my god. That's going to be my plan. It didn't really work. Dang. All right, guys, this is my last try, my last chance, my last hurrah. I managed to get about 500 extra pops with these 3 ice towers. I've also got a random Arctic Wind, and I'm going to buy the refreeze, hopefully, with the money that I get from popping DDTs over here. I am going to be using this ability as soon as I get it. I basically used it like the exact second that the bad came out. So we're going to use this ability and this ability. And I'm going to freeze as soon as we see DDTs. See DDTs, we got to freeze them. We popped it. All right. This is, like I said, our last chance here, my friends. Our last hurrah. Everything all working together here. Can we do it, or will we fail? I've got a refreeze, but I want to save it. All right, we got to pop it into BFBs. Come on, come on, come on. Pop it to BFBs. Please, please, please. Pop it to BFBs. They're into BFBs. We're going to use our refreeze here, and no. I'll be honest. I'm a little sad. I did not expect it to go this way. I thought Churchill's missiles were strong enough to defeat a bad. But here we are, my friends. We must start over and see if maybe Soda will be enough here. I believe Soda will be enough against the bad, but it's really about the journey to get there. Soda's a very, very, very good hero, but she does need some supporting action. And I'm hoping that the supporting action will be this ice tower. It'll be my lead popping power. It'll be my Moab slowdown, which she does. She's got a weak against Moabs, I guess. And we'll have to use our abilities pretty effectively here to kind of keep in the game. One interesting thing about Soda, though, is we just reached level 5, but the big level for us is actually level 7 in this situation. Soda preys on Bloons' weaknesses, doing extra damage if they are stunned, and she can now pop frozen Bloons. So this is what I'm really hoping here is going to be just magically delicious for us in popping these Bloons. We freeze them, she attacks the frozen Bloons, and she does even more damage on top of that, which is just absolutely awesome. That being said, I still think that the best tower that I can go for as fast as I possibly can is going to be that Icicle Impale. I would like to go Snowstorm and Arctic Wind just kind of keep me in the game here and make sure that I'm, like, making sure Soda's doing the best that she can do. But Moabs are still a really, really big problem, and we've got to deal with that. So this is what I'm going to go for. We're going to go boom, 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 Cryo Cannon and Icicles as soon as we can. We're going to hope that Soda's going to be good enough against the Moab here, which I believe she will be. She normally is. And eventually if... Oh, crap. I did not get the Cold Snap upgrade yet, which will help me out a lot, by the way, for camo detection and just about everything else we have to deal with in the long term here. Definitely the cross path to go for because you need it for DDTs. Anyways, I'm going to do a lot of skips today, but I just want to give you guys the lowdown on how this is going to go down. We'll see you guys on 40. All right, the Moab is going to go down pretty easily, I believe. Yeah, look at this crap. Woo, yay! All right, I also should mention that I randomly just decided to put them on both on Strong. It's working out pretty well so far. We'll see if we can save up another 20 grand here to get this guy going. Alrighty, we just got the Icicle Impale here for our strategy. Soda combo going very strong. I still have both these guys on Strong, and it's working very, very well. The only problem was round 50 and 51, Moabs were like minor, or 50 and 52 were like minorly problematic. I had to use our ability here on both Moabs to pop them, and that means it took a little bit of time and patience to make sure that that was going to go down the way that I wanted it to. What's interesting here is that I only have the ability to get one more Ice Tower inside of this little zone right here, and I'm going to have to get him up. So we're going to be going for a top path here, and Embrittlement, but here's where it gets interesting. Believe it or not, last time I went Enhanced Freeze, and I believe that was the better play for the top Ice Tower up here, but now I cannot hit the Bloons right as they're coming in. You're going to see it's like okay. Screw it, I'm going Enhanced Freeze, bro. It's good enough. It's good frickin' enough, man. We're going to hit everything in the circle here. I don't even know if the larger radius is going to give me that much extra radius here. It's just not worth it. Let's freeze faster instead. But for now, he's a deep freezer. Embrittlement ties her, so we should decamoize the Bloons as well, which is pretty cool. And we'll kind of just save up for the Super Brittle and hopefully own everything in the meantime. One other thing that I want to talk about... No, let's talk about this when we get to round 80. Well, we officially made it into free play here. Things are still going reasonably well. We've got our Super Brittle now with Deep Freeze, our Icicle Impale with Cold Snap, and then our Cold Snapping Absolute Zero. Officially bought here on round 82. As far as positioning goes, I was thinking about up here maybe, but I decided, you know what, I want to make sure if there's a balloon at the very last inch of the screen trying to sneak through, I want to be able to stop it. Hopefully, you know, even though Soda can't reach it, it might be poppable by the Ice Tower or something like that. So, things are going pretty well overall. I mean, the main thing here is that Soda's only level 13, so she's going to get stronger and stronger over time. She was my first tower put down. I could have done Ice Towers as my first tower, but I decided, you know what, let's use Soda, let's get the experience flowing. We can always add in Ice Towers later on, and then, you know, it worked out pretty well for us. The major questions for me are still round 95, round 98, and 100. Those are the three that I think are going to kill me. I'm not too afraid of round 99. I think by that time, Soda will reach level 20 for sure. Shouldn't be a big deal. 100, though, could be problematic because she's a very good bad popper. She's got the abilities to do a lot of damage, and she does just normally do a lot of damage to that thing. But it's going to come down to like a little bit of luck and making sure we just get that popping power in time. Because if we pop the bad, you know, right here, well, DDTs are going to sneak through, nothing's going to stop them, and you just get done. So you got to make sure you pop it while you're still in range of Soda, which is the sad part here. Anyways, we're going to do another skip here because things are still going pretty well. I'll show you guys the really tough rounds, though. Alright, things are still going reasonably well. Don't forget that we have not really used a lot of Soda's abilities yet, either, which is kind of cool. One of the things that I didn't even realize is happening here is that this guy's actually decamoizing the DTs as well. So if we wanted to use a hero that didn't even have automatic camp detection, that would be possible. For example, like Pat. I wrote him off right away as like, oh, he's not going to be good enough, but he could definitely get us to around 100. The problem is, Pat's got to solo the bad, basically. That's just unlikely to happen. Soda is level 15 right now. She's doing a pretty good job overall. We're going to use some of her abilities here. But realistically, some of the main power that she gets is actually just from doing her regular attacks. I mean, when you finally switch to like the sword charge or something, like she does a lot of damage, but it's not like anything completely absurdly more powerful than her already attacking over here. It makes more sense when there's nothing in range of Soda to use that ability and all that stuff. She is on first here. You know, I'm going to use the sword charge. Oh, crap. Yep, that's okay too. Yep, let's use the sword charge. Round 94. going pretty well. Don't forget that I've got this guy, so if Bloons are going to sneak through, I got some real time to react to them. He does cam detection and everything too, so we'll kind of see how things go. Here we go, round 95. I did use a sword charge at the end of round 94, but long lead time in around 95 gives us our abilities back. Plus, we've got the Icicle Impale to slow everything down here. We're going to use a quick jump. Jumping on him first. Let's use our Absolute Zero just to slow everything down on the screen, and I will not use the sword charge unless we have to. I'll save it for round 96, and bam, shazam! Great job by Sauda here, working out her magic. Okay, let's jump on some Bloons real quick, just do some extra damage. I'm going to start slowing these guys down, just keep everything on the screen for a little bit longer. Sometimes that's the way you got to play it. Round 96 is another big Bloon level. It's not as big as round 98, but 94, 96, and 98 are all very big Bloon levels. I've been playing a lot of chimps, so I've gotten kind of used to it by now. All right, another Absolute Zero here for us, and we can just use all of our abilities again. All in order. Just a few Oh My Gods left at this point. The regular Bloon's not reinforced, so that means they're not that problematic for us. But realistically, honestly, reinforced Bloons aren't necessarily that much more difficult as Bloons anymore. They're just difficult as Moab class. I'm going to do a jump here at the very least, just because there's so many Bloons going on over here, and it looks like we do take them down. Stunningly beautiful. All right, round 97, a usually fairly easy round for me. You can basically, put it this way, if you're going to lose to round 97, you have 0 chance against the bad. That's just kind of how it goes. All right, 0 chance. I can't think of anything that could beat round 100 but lose to round 97. You know, like it just doesn't really work. If you guys could show me something that could do that, that would be fan-freaking-tastic. I'd love to see it. Prove me wrong, man. Prove me wrong. Though when I say that, usually you guys do it at proving me wrong, but then I get to watch a show. It's to watch something that I never expected. All right, round 97, very easy. No problem here. Round 98, though. Whew, hot diggity dog. All right, we're going to start off with an ability here. We're going to go for a second ability kind of early on in here. We're going to get him back in time. We're going to Absolute Zero here. We're going to keep Absolute Zeroing every single time we get this ability. Keep everything away from us, basically. Every ability we got, though, use it when we get it. Same thing with the sword charge here. I'd like to save my sword charge from around 99 just in case. I don't think the DDTs are going to be a big deal, but you just never freaking know, man. All right. It's a slow process. Absolutely. I mean, Sauda pretty much has to do all the popping power here. Absolute Zero doing a great job. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Sauda jump again. We're going to use the sword charge again here. Still feeling like there's a lot of Bloons on the screen right now. So, oh my gods, they're finally gone. Doesn't mean that much, though. There's a lot of Bloons trying to sneak through here. Luckily, again, we're relying on this guy to do all the slowdown and everything. Another Absolute Zero needs to be used. I'm going to jump again. The jump really did a lot of damage there, and it looks like we will clean up round 98. One random ceramic trying to sneak through, but does not. And here we go, round 99 with all 3 abilities ready to go here. I'd rather save it. I'd rather use my sword charge in round 100 right at the very beginning. So we're going to freeze. I'm just going to let the freeze do the work. Let the freeze do the work. Freeze do the work. And there we go. There we go. There we go. Go, 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 go. All right, here we go. So this is what it comes down to, my friends. Can Sauda beat the bad Bloon? That is the real question here. So again, you might be wondering, why am I using this Absolute Zero ability at all? And the answer to that is that it does do 1 damage. Oh no, it does 5 damage. Okay, 5 damage to a bad Bloon. Or, you know what? Maybe that was multiplied by the Super Brittle. That could be possible, too. We'll test it out again here. 12, 17. No, it did do 5. Okay. Unless it was still super brittled. I don't know. We're going to test it one more time over here. I want to know. I want to know for my own well-being. I didn't check it that time. Oh, yeah, it only did 1. 18. I'm pretty sure. Another sword charge coming around. All right. This is not looking good. 18 and 19 only did 1. So the super brittle is multiplying that damage of our Absolute Zero, which is kind of cool if you really get down and think about it. All right. Another sword charge has got to come out here. Hopefully we're going to get it back again, but this is not really looking all that good. Another jump, another Absolute Zero. I think I'm going to get it back in time, hopefully. I'm going to slow this down. I got Escape ready to go if we don't end up beating this guy. Dang, dang, dang. This is not looking good. No abilities for us. And clearly it's not going to be enough. I don't even want to play the game with the DDTs to get through. Oh, crap. So this could be our Churchill run times 2. But we do have 1 trick up our sleeve. We've got money. So we can buy level 17. We can buy level 18. We cannot buy level 19 or level 20 with these 3 fifth-tier ice towers, though. That is quite upsetting. All right. That sucks. That sucks really bad, but it is what it is. Let's see if Sada level 19. Oh, excuse me, we did buy level 19. We couldn't buy level 20. We do extra damage to regrow, fortified, and camo. Doesn't really help us much, but it is what it is. I hope that this more powerful Sada, though, is going to be enough damage here. Watch it carefully. We've done like 4,000 so far. I'm not even going to use this sword charge while she's in range here. We're going to wait for the sword charge for it to be out of range. Still do the jumps, though. I could time it maybe a little bit better here. Oh, did I not use it? Dang, I might have screwed up. Okay, jump again. And here we go. Another one of these guys. A little more damage, I guess. And it's not looking good. Just to be straight with you guys, it's not looking good. This is not looking like we're going to pop this puppy. We're going to use the sword charge again, but I don't think we're going to get it back again. You know? Holy crap. All right. Sada. Can you do it? Round 100. And she can't even pop the bad balloon. How vicious. How horrible. How terrible. All right, now we begin Geraldo's challenge. Which, I'll be honest with you guys, I believe that I probably could do it with Sada if instead of buying more ice towers, I bought more Sada levels with my stuff and got her up to level 20 instead and made sure her sword charge just did more damage to the bat and stuff like that. So, I just felt like that was not really in the spirit of the challenge. So unless I cannot do it with Geraldo, I will not be pulling that off. I was trying to spend the least amount of money as possible on a hero while still doing it with mostly the tower that I'm trying to beat. But if it's not possible that way, then I just got to show it to you guys as being not possible, I guess. But I strongly believe that Geraldo is going to be able to make some plays here. So let's see how Geraldo does. We've been pumping you guys up all day, and it's finally time to let loose and let you guys release. Finally gonna finish you off here. It's round 91, DDTs are getting taken down. Geraldo is in action. He's been doing a great job so far. One interesting thing here is I only went for 2 ice towers this time instead of the full 3 ice towers. And we're gonna ride this out for a little bit and see how this goes. So far, it seems like big group balloons are still kind of problematic, so if they are, I'm probably going to put an ice tower randomly kind of out of the way here, up to middle tier, and if I need to use our ability, I can. But for right now, I am relying on Geraldo to do most of my popping power here, and using my ice towers actually as support towers, realistically. They are support towers in the first place. Don't get me wrong, this guy's got 300k, this guy's got 100k, but Geraldo, you know, he's at 500k already, so clearly, I mean, he's the popper. He's the popper. It's a mixture of both the shooting turrets and the bunny, believe it or not. The bunny's doing a lot of this popping power. But what's weird is that all of these shooting turrets do not work well with all of the frozen balloons. And our lack of lead popping power over here. So it's just like, it's kind of chaotic. And it's like a chaotic good somehow that it's just like working out in our favor. And I'll take it. Anytime anything's going to work out in our favor, I love my life. Now, Geraldo is going to reach level 18 here already. We're going to go for 3 of these Jerry's Fires now. This is going to give us a ton of extra popping power. We're just going to throw down both the ice towers here and random shooty turret. Not that it really matters too much what we're doing. At this point, we are going to sharpen. So we're going to sharpen 3 of the red-tailed bows over here. Yes, something like that. And we're going to see how this is all going to go. Right now, again, pretty good. Some balloons make it around the second loop, but not even that great. And round 95 here. So this would be the round that I would normally say, okay, if I'm going to die, it's probably going to be this round, round 95. If we need some support, though, we can get some really, really easy support with a Genie. One Genie is going to kill round 95 easily, but I honestly believe that our Icicle Impale is going to be strong enough to take these guys down. Let's see how it goes. It's definitely not exciting to watch this happen. But it looks like we do. We succeed, my friends. We succeed. $62,000 left over at this point. Good combos all around. Geraldo still is gaining some extra popping power here with some shooting turrets randomly. But the main thing is once he reaches level 20 here, I think we got... what's going to be interesting here is I think we're going to end up using 2 Genies on round 97, believe it or not. Get level 20 and use another 2 Genies for 99 and 100 just to make sure, 100%, we will complete this frickin' challenge once and for all. And finally... All right. It's definitely taking a long time here. Take down around 96. See how this is going to go. I believe we will not level up to 20 here on this thing. Should get us really close, though. Ooh. So actually, believe it or not, I think we might not level up here. Yeah, I think we might not level up on this next round, which is kind of intriguing. See how this is going to go down. We get another Jerry's Fire, though. We're going to use it up. Anytime we get a Jerry's Fire, pop it down, bro. Pop it down. At this point in the game, they're going to last for the rest of the game, and that's the key. Alright, so like I said, it does take a long time because this guy, while he does slow them down a lot, he's really not doing that much damage. I mean, it's like 100 damage per shot or something like that. I mean, it adds up over time, but it's not devastating or anything like that. Alright, we're at 97, pretty easy. Geraldo does not reach level 20. Absolutely beautiful. That means we get to go for a double Genie play here on round 98. You just can't beat that, bro. You can't beat that. Round 98 is going to be a breeze now. Alright, and then for level 99, we can use double Genies again, and we're going to have quad Genies for round 99, and still rocking Genies all day. You can't beat it, man. Can't beat it. Late game, Geraldo is OP. Alright, so still clearly kind of like a minor issue here with the Bloons, even with 2 Genies, somewhat surprisingly. Geraldo reaches level 20, and that means we get 2 more Genies. 1 and 2, and we get 3 more Geraldo's Fires, which we're going to use all 3 of those guys on anything that's kind of in the general vicinity of popping things. Alright, looks good. And then for round 100, we lose 2 of the Genies, but we still gain the other 2 Genies. And we got 4, oh, we got 4 shooting turrets left over, too. I didn't even use those guys. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to use all 10 nail mines. I'm going to beat this bad. I'm going to beat this bad down hard. He will not be surviving today, I can promise you that much. I will promise you it. You will die. Alright, there we go. We're going to get some this action going on. We're going to use some sharpening stones on whatever the heck I can sharpen. Sharpen them up. We're going to gain some extra Maelstrom damage here. 1 and 2 and 3. And make sure we slow them down with a little bit of glue action in here. Make sure they don't get anywhere. And there we go. Geraldo and the Ice Towers have completed Chimps mode. Once and for all, once and finally, we have finally done it. Honestly, a little surprised that our Ice Tower was not able to beat it with Soda, and our Ice Tower was not able to beat it with Churchill. Both the times, I did not spend as much money as I probably could on my hero to possibly give me more damage and support and everything. But again, not really in the spirit of the challenge. I think we did it with Geraldo. I did not use my 3rd, 5th tier Ice Tower, but I believe that would have been harmful to Geraldo's power, and that's why I didn't use him. So yeah, it is what it is. Geraldo was the star. We supported him a little bit, and we got this done. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you press that like button. Make sure you subscribe, and of course, have a super duper delicious day.